is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
Today we're discussing the 5-year Christmas party, which originally premiered on the Hallmark Channel on Sunday, October 27th. When the podcast is over, you can still find us. We are on Instagram. We have, you know what it is, 2 accounts. They are, say it with me now, Girls Gone Hallmark and Megan and Wendy.
And you need to be following our Instagram because we're leaving for the Hallmark cruise in just a matter of days. And if you want like a sneak peek of like what's happening, we're like Megan's looking at me right now, but we're going to be showing all that
So
stuff,
much.
right? Okay. Yeah. But we're not fangirling out, right?
No, that's not what I'm on this cruise for.
No. Okay.
The stars do not need to be afraid of us.
No.
It is actually my biggest fear to meet any one of them. So, yeah, I'm just going to have a good time. Have you started packing?
I have yeah, you saw the picture I posted in the cruise Facebook group and you said, I spy a shirt I've never seen before.
I know. And now I'm upset because you have official Hallmark wear.
It's not, no, I bought it from Etsy. It's not official.
I just mean you have Hallmark wear.
Yeah, it says something about Hallmark on it. I have 2 shirts that say something about Hallmark on it.
You do?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm like actually, I don't know where I'm going to wear these. I imagine I'll wear them with like pajamas. Pants,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
Is your plan to show me up at all of the theme parties?
No, I think I'm going to be severely underdressed for theme parties.
Yeah, there are people who are definitely going to be taking the theme further than we are.
I'm not doing that. I don't dress up for Halloween.
Exactly.
So I certainly won't be dressing up for like and not that I think I'm above it by any means. Like I'm still there to have fun, but I want to also be comfortable in what I have on. And if I'm not, then that becomes my whole personality, you know, like that's all I'm thinking about. And
I don't want to be like, are people looking at my outfit? Is it too weird? Is it too? Yes,
exactly.
But I imagine it's going to be a great time. You do want to be following us in all of the places.
Yes. And if you are in our Facebook group, Girls Gone Hallmark, we have created a cruise chat in there. So if you are going to be on Sail 1, which is the one that we are going to be on, and you want to meet up like with us.
I feel like I need to say people have requested this. This isn't
know.
like we're like, who wants to meet us? Multiple people came to us saying, can we do a meetup?
Yeah. And I feel all very kind of like uncomfortable with all of that in terms of like, sure,
assuming people want to meet us.
Yeah. Or like, let's do something official. Everybody come into the O'Shea's bar at 4:00 and let's all meet and greet. I don't want to. Hey, if you see us,
Say hi.
please say hi.
Yeah.
Like Megan's got long hair. I got short hair. Like
The red hair stands out. It's easy to find us. The long red hair, short blonde hair.
we do have some Girls Gone Hallmark.
It's very subtle though.
Yeah, but I'm bringing mine to wear. So
100%.
if you see,
It's one of my themed outfits.
okay, if you see one of us wearing a Girls Gone Hallmark sweatshirt, that's us.
That's us.
And we do have a fun little thing we're bringing.
We do have a fun little giveaway.
It's not
It's
exciting.
very little.
It's very little. Some of the groups, I saw something today, like I think they were straws, like custom made straws with like all this Hallmark stuff on it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it.
I've seen people are making custom ornaments. People are making bracelets. They have a whole like exchange situation. It's kind of, they likened it to like trick or treating.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I see what people are bringing, I'm like, oh, I kind of wish we had participated, but there wasn't room on the plate
No.
or in our suitcase.
No.
Anyway, we will be doing a full cruise podcast episode as well. But today we are here to talk about the 5-year Christmas party. So why don't we start with a synopsis?
Okay. Told over the course of 5 years, 2 recent college grads find themselves drawn together year after year while working for a catering company that specializes in holiday parties.
The 5-Year Christmas Party was directed by Peter Benson. Peter is both an actor and director. As an actor, we last saw him briefly in the Cases of Mystery Lane, Death is Listening, and he will also appear in the upcoming Debbie McCumber Joyful Mrs. Miracle. As for directing, this is Peter's 19th directorial project. He recently directed Love on the Danube, Kissing Stars on Hallmark Plus, and Blind Date Book Club. He also directed the previously mentioned Debbie McCumber's Joyful Mrs. Miracle, as well as Leah's Perfect Gift, both coming later this year.
I have a question. Since we were just talking about Cruise's Danube Kissing Stars movie that featured Brendan Penny as a reluctant, did not want to meet. And you said yesterday when we were recording.
Off mic?
Was it off mic?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, let's say it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, Brendan Penny is replacing Kevin McGarry on Sale 1. And I know the Hardys are heartbroken about that. I like Kevin McGarry too. I'm sad about it too. But I'm not like, oh man, Cruise ruined, like some people. Mm-hmm. It's fine, y'all. Have a good time. Make your own fun. But to me, I was like, yay, Brendan Penny. But then I saw some chatter that maybe he doesn't like this sort of thing. But I refuse to believe that the Brendan Penny I've built up in my mind is anything but lovely. And
So-
the exact opposite of the character he played on Love on the Danube, Kissing Stars.
Yeah, what's the saying? Life imitates art here.
Does art imitate life?
Art imitate life. I can't imagine he would say yes to doing the cruise if he did not
Is there some sort of contractual obligation that Hallmark has their stars under to participate in some level of fan opportunity?
I doubt it.
Okay.
But I don't know. What do I know? Absolutely nothing.
They posted etiquette for meeting the stars on the ship. Did you see
Posted that?
6-man.
I saw something about don't bring your Sharpies or something like that. That's all I saw.
Yeah, don't bring your Sharpies to the group photo opportunity. They will not be signing autographs. Like, come take a photo and GTFO. But in that same email, they posted etiquette for running into the stars on the boat and how you should handle like those moments.
Briefly, what's it say?
Basically, it's like, don't accost them at mealtime, but, you know, be polite, ask nicely, be brief, and move along. Wow. Like, these are people too. They do not owe you anything.
I think 6th man bit off more than they could chew.
I am very curious, and I know we'll never find out, but I'm very curious the difference between the Hallmark crowd and like the Rock the Boat crowd. Mm-hmm. There is a 6-man cruise sailing right now on our ship. But from 3 Instagram stories, I got the vibe that it was maybe more of like a death metal crowd.
Oh, cool.
And I feel like maybe they're a little more easygoing.
Yeah. Who would have thought death metal is more easygoing than that?
I would love the inside scoop.
Would you like me to continue?
Yeah.
Zach Hugg is credited with writing the script for this movie. His previous 17 writing credits include Ghost of Christmas Always, the 2 Sister Swap movies from 2021, several Christmas and Evergreen movies, plus many, many more. The only non-Hallmark projects on his resume are a series called These People and Shadow Hunters.
Katie Finlay plays Alice. For those who don't know, Katie identifies as queer and gender fluid. This is according to their Wikipedia page, and uses they, them pronouns. Katie has 31 acting credits, including Hallmark favorites like Sealed with a List and Love Strikes Twice. Outside of Hallmark, they've appeared in projects like Walker Independence, Nancy Drew, How to Get Away with Murder, and Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, where they even showed off their singing skills in several episodes.
Jordan Fisher plays Max. Jordan has a mixed bag of projects with his 37 acting credits. Throwing it way back, he's appeared in shows like The Secret Life of the American Teenager, Teen Beach Movie, Livin' Maddie, amongst tons of voice work. At 23, he was the youngest male celebrity to win Dancing with the Stars, and he also played the dual roles of John Lorenz and Philip Hamilton in the Broadway production of Hamilton from 2016 to 2017.
Hey.
You didn't know that? You knew that.
I don't know that I
He
did.
has a tattoo of Alexander Hamilton on his arm.
Oh, I don't know that I
You
did
did
that.
not know he was in Hamilton on Broadway? Wow.
Jeff Avenue plays friend Daniel. He has 9 acting credits, but this isn't his first Hallmark rodeo. He previously appeared in the 2020 Kimberly Sustad Paul Campbell joint Christmas by Starlight. Outside of Hallmark, he's been seen in Lucifer, Star Trek Beyond, and Untold Stories of the ER.
Zinnia.
That's where we know her from.
That is where we know her from. Zinnia Marshall plays Claire. Zinnia has 15 acting credits, including Hallmark projects like A God Wink Christmas, Second Chance, First Love, In the Key of Love, and Wedding of Dreams. We here remember Zinnia as teenager Mirabelle Cooper in all 10 episodes of Date My Dad.
Oh my God.
I know when she was on screen, I was like, I know her face. I know her face. Where is she from? Where is she from? And of course, y'all, IMDb and Hallmark Press, not updated. So I had to dig around.
Had to dig deep.
Yeah.
I wonder if she remembers us. You know, she used to engage with our
You're right.
Date My Dad coverage. Katrina Reynolds plays Pam, Max's sister and caterer. Katrina was last seen on Hallmark in Time for Her to Come Home for Christmas, as well as The Christmas Waltz from 2020. Outside of the network, she's appeared in projects like A Million Little Things, Firefly Lane, and Schmigadoon. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Hey, we're back. Let's talk first impressions. I just want everybody to know before we do our first impressions, the boxing gloves have come off. We're going to spend the next 20 minutes fighting.
I feel like we just like squared off with our eyes too across the table.
I knew within 90 seconds of this movie starting that it was going to be polarizing. And I knew it was going to be painful for you to watch.
We're going to have to get into it because I want to explore what, spoiler alert, I didn't like about it.
My first impression is thank you, Katie and Jordan, for giving me this moment with my own personal theater kid.
See, it's relevant to you. That is why you liked it.
Everything is personal. Of course it is. I'm not suggesting my opinion is right.
Okay. My first impression is this so wanted to be Round and Round and it didn't even come close.
That is a very interesting take. I find these to be completely different movies.
Well, they are different movies. But I just, in terms of like its storytelling, it just, nope. Not even close. Not even close. But let's talk about likes because I actually do have some.
Well, look, I haven't seen a ton of chatter about this movie
I
yet.
have. And you're right. It's polarizing. It's either people loved it or they hated it.
But I feel like it might be polarizing was my next line.
Oh my bad. Sorry.
No, it's fine. For me, I say this truly. I felt like you're going to make fun of me. This was a really special watch for me. Okay. I had the word magical in here. Wendy hated it. Now, the context is important. I watched this with my theater kid high schooler who absolutely loved these two characters. She loved Alex and Max so much. She was like, Alice is so dorky and so fun. Those are her words. And she described Max as the straight guy who gets all the big roles because he's the straight guy in theater.
Oh, interesting.
And
That's funny.
my husband left the room less than 10 minutes into the movie. He went upstairs
Team Wendy
and watched Back to the Future.
for the 100th time.
Well, it's Back to the Future weekend. It was the official Back to the Future dates.
Who knew? Okay.
And I think these two, they did such a nice job embodying that theater kid moment. I think they did a really nice job of bringing that home.
Okay. I don't disagree with you. I think obviously Jordan Fisher probably was a theater kid growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Teen Beach Movie. My daughter was in kindergarten when that movie came out. I remember she had a Teen Beach Movie backpack, and I still find her listening to the soundtrack some days, like, doing their little like dance and all that. It's so cute, right? Like he just probably grew up in that.
He's a Disney Channel kid, right?
He's a
Liv and
Disney
Maddie. His Liv and Maddie role is my Jordan Fisher foundational moment.
Yeah.
That was a show that we've seen every episode multiple times in our house.
But Katie Finley, I don't know what their resume is
Theater-wise.
Like, did they grow up in the theater? Like, so it might have been a very personal like role for these two to play. That aside, like, I think that's great, but individually, and this is alike. Individually, I thought they were very strong actors. I enjoyed their scenes together because their conversation was like quippy and like fast, and they like, you could tell that they were like working off of each other, right? So I agree that there was a talented cast here. What else did you like?
I liked the passage of time sequences and how they were similar in tone, but uniquely different, showing how their lives were different each year. I thought those were well done. And I also like, in terms of the passage of time, we see Alice. She's a very awkward young person. Like her younger self is incredibly awkward and trying to find her own space. And then I think we watch Alice come into their own over the course of the movie, and I really liked that. I also loved the running Ashley Williams bit and that they brought it all the way back around with Max being in a movie with Ashley Williams herself in the end.
I don't remember he was going to be in a movie with her at the end. I don't remember that. But did you see Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater?
I did. It's in my did to see that. Of course I did.
Okay. So I agree with you. I thought the structure of like when they changed from year to year, I thought that was really cool. And like how I would say like year 2, Max and Alex, friends. It's Alex, right?
Alice.
Friends. And then like whatever. I liked how they did that. I enjoyed that. Like I said earlier, I liked the writing style. I enjoyed the language the writer used. There was relevant dialogue. Ghosted was a word that was used like once or twice in it. There was a funny joke about the mulled wine and how it gives you all the headache but none of the buzz. I thought was really funny. And I think Jordan Fisher did a really great job at delivering a lot of that stuff, as well as Katie Finley. I thought like the personal struggles were realistic. So like we have Alice's mom who was struggling financially, and they were like not seeing each other during the holidays. And then like, you know, you have an actor who's working in catering just because like the jobs aren't coming in. So you got to eat, right? You got to make some money somehow. Like those felt very like real and personal that I enjoyed about the movie. And it had we've been talking about this a lot, but it had one little note of inclusivity with the friend Daniel and his friend. Yeah. But they were like super side characters, which kind of bummed me out. But anyway.
Yeah, but I liked Daniel. His I'm furious I look this good but feel this silly in his Dickens wear. It made me laugh out loud.
That 1 year when he had a mustache was
rough.
I thought it was so funny.
But you could totally like, I liked that choice. Like, you know,
just trying something.
Yeah. I like the idea of family here, like your friends. I thought they did a really nice job. I always like stories like that. I always like that depicted. I like that in books too, because it feels different than my own like lived experience.
Sure.
Like I have good friends, but I have never had like I'm going to spend the holidays with this person. Also, I like that we were surprised with Chef Richard at the very end when he has his really sweet moment. And he's like, you're all just spectacular. And I was like, Richard, where did you come from?
I did enjoy Chef Richard, and apologies, I don't know the actor who played that role. Could not find anything on it. Is that all you liked?
Yeah, I just liked it.
You just liked it.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
I'm not shaming you for
22 minutes
liking
into
it.
this episode. It's not like I didn't talk about things.
No, I know. Okay, so let's move on to the wishes. Now, don't come for me, please.
Okay.
I thought the romantic pairing between these two leads was a swing and a miss.
Oh.
I did not see it at all. Not one bit of chemistry. They worked better as friends. They were great friends.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to force this like romance like with them every single year?
Okay.
I just think it was a mismatch. And here's what I would have preferred. This is such a missed opportunity. They should have paired Katie with a woman in this role.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
And I'm not discounting Jordan Fisher as an actor. He was great.
He was really great.
Please hear me when I say I think these two actors are great. I just did not like this pairing as a couple.
Well, I think it takes a long time to get there. I think
Too long.
building it over 5 years I kind of like the misconnection of it all, but it runs the risk of me losing interest in their romance
Yeah.
if we're spending all this time, and there's other things building. She's working so hard on her career and all
Really?
of the missteps there too.
Really? No, I know she was, but this is one of my biggest wishes is that they just talked about it. We never saw it.
Oh yeah.
It drove
That's a budget
drove
thing, right?
me
We can't
crazy.
stage this whole other situation.
Then cut it from the movie. I don't know. The looks Megan's giving me right now.
Yeah, but then there's no movie. She needs to have her own personal growth. You wanted to see the play. You wanted to see her working there.
I didn't need to see the play, but she was so oh, this means so much to me working for this theater. That's going to be my name up there. She's super passionate about
But
it.
they never show her there ever.
Never.
Show her being the ticket taker. show her
They show her
steaming
one
the
time.
costumes.
They show her one time directing, and it's at the very end. It's in the 4th or 5th year.
Yeah.
But before that,
Yeah,
nothing.
show her. Those montages could have been her paying her dues at the theater, all the little tiny jobs that she does
Exactly.
instead of getting coffee in and out of doors.
Right.
I think a storyline that is incomplete is the storyline of Alice and her mother. As we're to believe, based on the storytelling, that she doesn't see her mom for 5 years.
Couldn't believe that.
They're clearly close. Some maybe roadblocks in their relationship. And Alice talks about her mom will put up a wall when she feels like her life isn't together and she doesn't want to, let Alice feel troubled by her. But they are in communication. They are in each other's lives. Her mom shows up for her big directorial debut. So at no point in those 5 years could either of you cobble together the money for a plane ticket one time or rent a car or...
I mean, Spirit Airlines is not that expensive.
And fly off season. Fine. It's too expensive to fly in
Yeah.
December. Go in February when nobody wants to go to Idaho or wherever your mother lives.
Right.
Yeah. I find it very hard to believe that you would go 5 full years without seeing your mom with whom you have a relationship with,
Yeah.
because that apartment you live in is a very nice apartment for someone who doesn't seem to have any money.
Yes, I agree. Who was working a job at a theater and not being paid anything.
And catering, the lady says there's maybe 4 to 5 catering jobs a month during the year.
Yeah.
Their busy time is the holidays. She works there during the year, but she says there's you're working 1 day a week?
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's not paying the bills. And you're volunteering at the theater?
Yeah. Those are your wishes? Mm-hmm. Okay, I have more. These two are actual singers, and then they use them in a scene to sing badly.
Yes.
And it was not even that funny.
That made me mad.
It was cringy. It was super cringy.
But why? That's my question. Why did they do that? Did they sing badly so they wouldn't have to keep singing? Because we're talking about in the movie, they're all theater majors.
Yeah, you telling me
So,
these kids don't sing?
To me, that scene didn't land because I didn't fully understand what they were trying to do. I thought they were let's do this badly so they don't make us keep performing.
Well, if that was the direction, then it didn't go as planned. Another thing that I found very distracting was the noticeable height difference between our two leads.
Oh, you're a heightist now.
Oh yeah, I'm a heightist. Sue me. Look, I know it's a thing, but it was distracting to me.
Put Jordan on a box. Cut Katie a trench like they did in that movie with the Irish chick and Chris O'Donnell. I've talked about this before.
What? It sounds,
Minnie
it
Driver.
sounds vaguely familiar.
Minnie Driver and Chris O'Donnell were in that movie. Do you know what I'm talking about? Can you envision it? And the lore is that when they're walking on a path, they cut a trench for Minnie Driver to walk in.
Because she's tall.
Because she's taller because Chris O'Donnell is not tall.
Oh, funny. Short King, huh?
Circle of Friends.
Oh, I'm not even familiar with that movie.
Oh. 1995. I think that's pre-Good Will Hunting, don't you?
Definitely.
And what's she been in?
Nothing for a long time. I like Minnie Driver.
2024, The Assessment. 2024, Millers and Marriage. 2024, The Serpent Queen. 2024, Batman. 2024, The Beekeeper. I mean, who knew?
I mean, it's only October 2024 right now. You named 6 movies.
I know.
I didn't know.
I just need to know when Good Will Hunting came out. It's bothering me.
I'm going to think. Okay, let me think.
Oh, yeah, you
Wait,
guess.
don't say it out loud. Don't
I'm
say
not
it
going
out
to.
loud.
I
Let me
said you guess.
Let's see. I started dating my husband in 1996, and we saw that movie. I'm going to say 97.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, 1997.
I used to get InStyle magazine, and there was a photo of her with this super adorable apron dress that has burned into my brain. Google it right now. Here it is. I found it.
Good dress.
Was she with Matt Damon at that time?
I don't know. The photos make it look like it, right?
Wow, this looks like a print photo from a million years ago. Anyway, okay, what were we talking about?
The height difference.
Yeah, it kind of bothered me. I thought it was distracting. Like when they were like kissing and she's like clearly like looking over the top of his head. I'm sorry. There's no shade to either of these actors. You have to hear me when I say that because I like them so much. I just don't know who put these two together.
Okay.
I also believe that it kind of had a slow start. It was unclear at the beginning, like what is happening here. It was like we just picked up in these people's lives, like their last year of college, and I was like, okay, but why do I care? Like you know what I mean? When you have like this time each year, like this is a divorced couple, or you have
Yeah, we needed more stage setting before that party.
Exactly. Exactly. I already mentioned I was frustrated with the lack of shown development. We said it like, I don't show me Alice doing her job. They showed a little bit of Max in LA, and I'm quoting LA because the scenes, like the setting, were not, of course they were not LA, but they would not even pretend to be LA. The biggest thing I really didn't like is I thought it was rough when like Max, he wants to go back to LA for his job. But he just ends things with her when she's like, oh, I finally got my big break here, which, where did they live? Chicago. Okay. She finally got her big break there and he's like, okay, then I'm calling it because I'm not staying here.
Well, you know, to me, that felt a little more believable than them getting together. He's like, if we wanted to make this work long distance, we already would have.
Agree with all that.
And then, so in the final year, when they're like, we'll figure it out, like you'll have your thing and I'll have mine. I was like, but why did it take you a year to come to the place where you're like, oh, we actually can make this work?
Right.
Like, why didn't you leave last year and be like, well, that was stupid. Now that we want to be with each other, let's make it work and not let's just be miserable alone.
I don't think Max really tried to make it work a whole lot. They always showed her calling him.
But then they have the one year where he calls her and she fully
true.
ghosts him.
True.
I think they both were guilty of getting in their own heads for different reasons. She was like embarrassed because her life wasn't going anywhere and she didn't want to be like,
hey, what are you doing, Mr. Actor LA, in your Christmas thriller movie that he was in or whatever.
I love that they made it a bad movie.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that too. All right, are you ready to move on to Did You See That?
Sure.
We already talked about it, but Ashley Williams, I love the mentions. That was so cute.
Really cute. I love that they flashed Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas sweater. And
It's haunting us.
the timing. I loved the repeated mentions of Ashley Williams, the flash of the movie.
Isn't her husband like a producer?
Neil Dodson.
Did he produce this? Good luck trying to find that on the internet right now.
IMDb, Neil Dodson. The answer is he is not credited. Does that mean he did not work on this movie? No, it does not. The last Hallmark project he's credited for is Falling Together, which was, of course, an Ashley Williams movie. He was EP on that.
I have one more. Did you see that?
Okay.
The set was overly dressed. Like, I couldn't understand, like, why are they in this alleyway of this, like, catering company / restaurant or whatever, and it's decorated? It was always decorated.
Instead of being like a dumpster.
Yeah, like a real alleyway. I don't know. It was just weird. It felt like they shot this on a backlot somewhere, which maybe they did. I don't know, but
I think they must have, because those like New York City or those Chicago city street scenes looked much more like New York City fake street scenes when she's like walking.
Real fake is the key word.
Yes,
here.
of course. But I'm saying it looked like a New York backlot more than a Chicago backlot. All of those like city scenes.
Yeah.
one of my did you see that is I thought like the thought that counts Christmas is a cute idea. Like broke college students like, this is what I would give you. It's a thought that counts. I thought it was cute. I didn't understand her giving him the tickets back when they came to the show. And she's like, you can give them to me next year. I was like, what's happening here? I don't understand it. But also I was like, make it make sense to me. Your apartment is huge and gorgeous. Your kitchen is so nice. How do you not have any money? Who is paying for this apartment? And my daughter's like, maybe Daniel's boyfriend is secretly rich. I'm like, but they weren't together the whole time.
Yeah.
Also, did you see that? That's not a did you see that at all, but it's just a comment my daughter made when they're breaking up. Max and Alice, you know it's happening. Like they're going to run off together and you know it's not the end of the movie. So obviously we know something's going to happen. She's like, oh no, here comes the conflict. And then they go and they break up. And the song that is playing behind them is Wonder by Harriet Whitehead. She's like, I hate this jaunty music while they're breaking up.
Your daughter said that?
Just made me laugh.
She used the word jaunty. She is a reader.
She's a fun kid.
Did you notice, just sitting here thinking about the first year when they bring that Christmas tree?
Yeah.
There was a pivot joke in there, which I thought was kind of funny.
Oh, I didn't catch it. But I was like, I am not carrying this giant decorated tree through the streets.
When it was in the apartment, they were like sitting in front of it, and behind Katie was like the bottom of it, but it was so
high.
It was so tall. And I was
yes.
like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is wrong with this?
Yes, I noticed that too.
It was really
I noticed that
awkward
too.
and weird. Are you ready to rate this movie?
Yeah. I gave it 4.25 stars.
I gave it 2 stars.
Oh my God.
I turned off the TV when it was over and I was like, I hated this movie.
I'm sorry.
I was so looking forward to it too.
I remember.
Actors alone was looking forward to it. Could it have been executed differently? I don't know. Like, I can't put my thumb on exactly what was wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't hit for me. I'm sorry. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Hey, thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark, a Bramble Jam podcast. If you love this podcast, we do love your 5-star ratings and reviews, and we have one to read that is short and sweet. It is 5 stars. It is from Apple Podcast user Kay Lang, who says, love the banter between Megan and Wendy. They're always fun to listen to, and they give great recaps of movies and shows. Thank you so much. We will be back with more reviews this holiday season. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.